Welcome back to Edgework, part of the Hammer Betting Network, presented by FanDuel. I'm Zack Phillips, joined by Alex Moretto. Just the two of us here today on this Monday morning show, one of two on this holiday week. Again, reminder, we won't have shows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be back on Friday after this one. But we'll break down today's games. We'll answer questions from the chat. We'll give out best bets, whatever we're looking at, whatever you guys are looking at. And we will also give out our anytime goal score parlay here at the end of the show. But before we get into anything else, before we go any further, just a reminder to you guys, as you should already know, but hockey season is in full swing, and with FanDuel, you can turn a little hunch into a true power play. FanDuel has the hottest same-game parlays found on the Parlay Hub. You can lace them up and follow your bets with player prop tracking, or bet on the fly with the Pulse. Make every NHL watching experience more with FanDuel, North America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers kick off the season with $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just place any $5 bet. You'll get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Please play responsibly. You must be 19 plus, physically located in Ontario. Gambling problem, call 1-866-531-2600. That's 1-866-531-2600, or visit connectsontario.ca. All right, Moretto, how you feeling this Monday morning as we go to head into the holidays?
I don't know, man. I think the holidays are a little bit overrated here. Family time is great and all, but yeah, my wife works in healthcare, so she doesn't really get a lot of time off over the holidays, like especially being low seniority on the whole whatever totem pole there. So like she's off for Christmas and Christmas Eve and stuff, but like she's mostly working and I'm trying to work, and like daycares are closed over the break. So like my kid's home and running absolutely wild downstairs right now. It's a gong show. It's looking forward to like January 7th or whatever it is when things can go back to normal.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's going to be a chaotic week for family stuff, getting around, getting all the holiday things in here over the next little while. But as we get into, I'm looking at the chat here. Everyone is buzzing here early. If you are watching, you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe here to the channel, Edgework HQ. But Moretto, let's get into today's games because people are already going at it here in the chat about things to be looking at for today. So let's start with the Washington Boston game here tonight. What we're looking at between the Caps and the Bruins, we've got a total of 5.5 on FanDuel, -130 over, +106 under, and the lines on this one, +110 for the Caps, -132 for the Bruins. What are you thinking here today between Washington and Boston?
Yeah, so just to start things off, before anyone comes at Zach for starting with this game first and skipping a bunch of games, I did
Yeah,
tell him,
yeah.
I'm not going solo talking about 13 games while I have chaos going on downstairs. So I gave him a list of games that I have bets on. I said, let's do this, and then let's go through these. Let's go through like the 5 or 6 games that I have bets on, and we can rapid fire the others. But yeah, this game right here. Slytherin just called it in the chat. This is an under bet for me. Hopefully we still have, there's still some -126s available. FanDuel -122 as well, which is fine. That's probably where I'd stop. Otherwise I'd play the 5.5 plus money. Yeah, so this is a back-to-back for the Caps. Lindgren will be starting after Thompson went yesterday. Lindgren's been playing really well lately. He was definitely the second best of the goalies, of their 2 goalies, the first like half of the season. He's really starting to turn it on and look really good again. So I'm really comfortable with him going here. We're getting the Swayman game. Swayman obviously hasn't been great, but I do feel good about like overall his ability. There will be some regression to the mean there. He is still a very good goalie. Stylistically here, the Caps on a back-to-back, not really going to be looking to play a fast-paced game. Bruins, I did talk about how they're generating more, which was true. That died the other night against Buffalo, of course, when I finally got on their over. They've also been playing a bit looser to do that, which means they've been giving up a little bit more, but like they don't like to play that way versus good teams. And this is obviously a very good team in the Caps. A big game for them here going into the break to kind of keep their momentum going. We saw versus Edmonton, versus Vancouver, sort of like how the Bruins tighten up in these higher profile games. We haven't seen many examples lately just because their schedule's been so light. But like, yeah, this is definitely one here where I think both teams will be very content playing some low event hockey here. And yeah, I think this should be 5.5s across the board.
So what number would you prefer? Because there are 5.5 plus money on the unders here. There's minus 120s on the under six. If you're gonna lock
Yeah,
this one in,
minus
people are out there looking.
126 would be definitely my preference.
Okay, so we'll go under six minus 120 here in this first one. Caps, Bruins. We'll recap all the bets that we give out at the very end of the show here before we leave. All bets courtesy of Moretto here today, so that'll be pretty straightforward at least. But under six minus 120. There we go. First bet of the day locked in here. Next game we're going to be taking a look at here, Winnipeg and Toronto. 2 p.m. game. Jets minus 102 right now. Leafs minus 118. 5.5 the total on FanDuel. Minus 124 over. Plus 102 under. What is it that you're looking at here in this game?
I will start with the under. This is one of I think 3 unders today. This is one of the 3. I do really like this at the 6s that are there. Again, 6 minus 120s. There's a bit cheaper than that if you shop around, but the 120s are fine. This number's obviously, in my opinion, inflated by recent results. I'm not putting a ton of stock in these recent games, though. Like a couple games for the Leafs against the Sabres that got very dumb, as things do against Buffalo. A game against Dallas where Ottinger just blew up. And then an Isles game that was an outlier. That was a very high event game. Wall struggled. Leafs were bad defensively. We've seen from the Leafs, though, how they try and respond to those sorts of games. Obviously, with things going kind of haywire the other night, I do expect them to come back here and, Berube and this team to put a real emphasis on their defensive play as they look for a bit of a response and a win before the Christmas break. We know this isn't a high volume Leafs offense. That third line that kind of caught lightning in a bottle is not going to be a scoring line for them consistently. That will be sort of short-lived. I do expect the regression there. Somewhat of a power play reliant offense. And then that's where I think No Matthews hurts them the most. The way he's been playing, not necessarily been that effective at 5-on-5, very good on the power play still, though. So obviously that kind of hurts them offensively here. As for the Jets, they're very much a styles make fights team. They can get into these sort of high event back and forth games. They're also comfortable playing low scoring games when called for. Based on how I'd expect the Leafs to play here, I would expect the Jets to follow suit. We'll hopefully get a wall bounce back game. We should definitely get a strong Hellebuck game as we typically do. So yeah, give me under 6. And I'm kind of at a point here where the Jets keep taking money. And like we're seeing some pretty cheap Leafs prices. How much do I hate myself? Zach, I don't know. You tell me. Do you want to give me a little push onto the Leafs here or what?
No, I don't know. It depends on what they're going to be rolling out for lines. If David Camp's playing center on the first line again, then stay the fuck away because that was a goddamn nightmare the other day watching that against the Islanders. You want to talk about a black hole of offense? That was the epitome of it there. It looks like right now he's still between Nylander and Nyes. So,
Okay.
I mean, if anybody's going to fight through it and be able to score and make the first line still, it's William Nylander. So maybe there's something to that. I don't know. This one's a weird one too. It's also the 2 o'clock day game here. Like, I don't know. I personally, unless this number, unless we get way more Winnipeg money, this is just personally though, of like seeing this too much. Unless you get more Winnipeg money here to keep making this thing a little bit shorter, I would probably be, I don't know, staying away.
Yeah, no,
Like
that's
minus
fair.
114 right now. If it gets to 10, minus 10, it's like auto in
There's
for
tens
me.
out there. There's tens out there. If you go to some very popular offshore books,
Right.
there are tens
Right.
out there. Which is
Like
what I
those I
guess, yeah,
would.
we wouldn't be able to tag it there. So that's
Yeah.
fair. So I guess for the sake of the show, maybe we will just do nothing. But like at those tens, when I saw those tens flash, I was like, I think I kind of have to here.
Also, this is a
Scotiabank is
point.
never buzzing, Charles.
No, it will be
Scotiabank is.
today.
You think
It
so?
will be. Yeah,
You
it's
think
it's
so?
kids. It's kids.
Oh, there are. Okay, it's a kids game.
It's the kids
Yeah,
game.
they got a bunch of the kids out there for the schools
Mm-hmm.
out. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It will
Yeah,
be
less
loud.
suits.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
actually that is correct. It will be loud.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't
Fair
know.
enough.
Those tens, like I would grab. Nothing we could track here on the show for today, but yeah, would definitely look. at those. Marner, the kid game,
Well, let's
Marner
hope it's in
3-point
a
night.
3-0 win then.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Let's go to the next game here that Moretto's got bets in. Let's go to Chicago and Minnesota. The Blackhawks plus 198, the Wild minus 245, total of 5.5 on FanDuel minus 108, under minus 112 over. What is it that you're looking at here, Moretto?
Yeah, third and final under for me of the day. These are getting a little bit pricey now, these unders. So let's lock it in, I guess. There, if you shop around again, like I just mentioned, those somewhat popular offshore sites, there is still
Yeah.
plus money in the 5.5. But I wouldn't say widely available, obviously. So let's go 105 minus 105 here. That's about as far as I would go with this. This is my third and final under of the day, though. Miserable offense right now from the Wild. They just cannot get anything going. The schedule has been tougher, to be fair, but like they are really struggling to generate offense. Defensively, they've been their typical stingy selves, which is good to see at least. The issue for them in the recent games, obviously offense aside, has been goaltending. Gustafsson is back. I don't know if he's going to start tonight for sure, but he was back at practice yesterday. Wallstead was sent down. It's a good sign that I think he's at least close to returning. Hopefully we can get a Gustafsson start here. It's only upside if we get a Gustafsson start. I'm okay with Fleury. Obviously would prefer Gus. But like, yeah, it's just hard to see the Hawks getting anything going here. Like the Wild are still very, very good defensively. Hawks offensively, not a very strong team, obviously, especially in like these sorts of matchups. Defensively, Chicago's kind of turned things around a little bit. I think this is a good matchup for them to keep that going, that defensive trend going here with the way the Wild have been generating offense. So I liked it a little bit more when it was like 5.5, plus money across the board, but we will still be okay here at the minus 105. And then probably about as far as I'd go though.
Okay, minus 105. There's a bunch out there here as well that I was looking at on BetStamp, so should be pretty widely available for people to be able to bet at and track at here. So that one goes in for us. Minus 105 under 5.5. That is the third best bet of the day. Again, we'll recap everything at the end of the show. Let's go next to the Battle of Tampa Bay, where the Lightning and the Panthers are facing off. We're seeing right now Tampa plus 132, the Panthers minus 160, total of 6.5, minus 114 over, minus 106 under. What is your best bet in this one, Moretto?
So there's 6.5 minus 110s pretty much everywhere. This is an over game. In honor of so money here, at least we'll say that too. This is the Jonas Johansson game that we would expect after the back-to-back. I will say, so obviously if Johansson goes, this is a banger over. Last two Johansson games were against Seattle and Nashville. Those teams were not capable of taking advantage. Florida is very much capable of taking advantage. They have about 15 different shooters who can make the most of this. So I do feel pretty good about Johansson going here. Like very strongly, he should go. There is a small chance though that we get absolutely sewered and Vasilevsky goes here on a back-to-back because it is the break coming up. He's only started a few games in a row. I don't think that's going to happen, but because they lost yesterday and like there are like 5 days off now, maybe they decide to go back to him. Still don't think so, though. Obviously, if that is the case, just going to eat this. It will be a bad number. It will be a bad bet. But, like, just for the sake of the show and for the sake of, I'd like to think Cooper's smarter than that, too. Like, it's too early in the season. These 2 points are nowhere near important enough to bother with playing Vasilevsky on a back-to-back. That, like, just go with Johansson, do us all a solid, give us a little early Christmas gift. And, yeah, boots on the ground for Charles. Let's get some alt overs, some team total overs. Let's just let's play it all. But yeah, hopefully we don't jump the gun and get absolutely sewered by Vasilevsky.
Over 6.5, minus 110. Jordan, if Vasi goes today, Christmas is canceled.
What a
Charles,
great
Cooper
profile picture
party.
too there from Jordan.
Yeah,
My
that's
guy
pretty
KOC.
good. There you go. There's another one. Over 6.5, minus 110. And as I showed on the screen there, so Money tweeted out yesterday, the Panthers are going to score 10 goals tomorrow. Hopefully that's the case. Hopefully that is the case for us here today. But over 6.5, minus 110 locked in. Moretto, you've got one more for today. Let's go to this Blues game here against the Red Wings. St. Louis -102, Detroit -118, 5.5 total, -120 over, -102 under. What are you thinking in this one?
So there is a plus money on the Blues. That's the way I would look. Otherwise, I'm fine with the -105s or whatever. This is like very off brand for me to be betting the Blues. Obviously, I've talked so much shit about this team throughout the course of the season that like for me to kind of come full circle here is something. But this is more of a comment I think on the Wings than it is on the Blues. I've been very negative on this Detroit team as well. And like you look at the recent schedule for St. Louis, results have been bad. They have not been scoring at all. Offense has dropped off a cliff. But like you look at the recent schedule and you can kind of see why. So they've gone in their last 8 games, they've played Florida, Tampa, New Jersey, Dallas, Vancouver, and Edmonton among them. Like that's an absolute gauntlet of a schedule. Very difficult. You can see why their numbers have dropped off the way they have. I do think they're still like in these sorts of matchups, they're a team where you can expect to put in a good performance. Whereas I don't think we're going to get that from Detroit. I think this is me maybe trying to get ahead of the curve a little bit. Like we saw what happened with the Rangers. We saw what happened with the Sabres. Like I feel like this is the start of that with the Wings right now, where like it's about to get a lot worse before it gets better. I think Lalonde has to go. You can see it in the body language that they had a home and home with the Habs and they got pretty much skull fucked in those 2 games. They did not belong in there whatsoever. They had a difficult time getting stuff going, and they had a difficult time defensively. They're not getting the goaltending right now whatsoever. So, yeah, this is a St. Louis team where I can at the very least, I can see signs that they're still battling and that they still want it. And I think that they will be battling here. And I will trust their goaltending a lot more than I will Detroit, where there's a non-zero chance that this Detroit team is just somewhat quit on the coach and needs a little bit of a change here to spark things. So not getting the goaltending either. I know Talbot's going today. That doesn't really concern me. He was pretty rough the other night against the Habs. So yeah, Blues up to even as far as like -110, I'd go here.
We'll get you the -102 there at show sponsor FanDuel. So -102 on the Blues, locked in as the 5th best bet of the day here today. That's it for the games that you came into this one with best bets on. Is there any other games that you have interest that you got close on that you're going to be monitoring throughout the day, or just even general thoughts on what else we're seeing out there on the board today?
So let me pull up my notes a little here. There were a few things that I was looking at. So Rangers Devils, the first game of the day. I saw someone ask about that as well earlier in the chat. What everyone was thinking on the total. I lean over in that game, but I just couldn't get there because of the fact that I don't trust the Rangers necessarily offensively. But Devils are giving up a ton. The Rangers are giving up a ton still. Devils are basically generating whatever they want right now. Like they can somewhat, if they want to score 6 goals here, they can go out and hit this number by themselves. I just don't necessarily think they'll need to, and I don't trust the Rangers to hold up their end of the bargain here, given how stingy the Devils have kind of been defensively. So, nothing on that one, although I did lean towards the over. We're not going to get there, but if by some miracle we got like plus money 6s, then I would probably get involved. Scrolling through here, yeah, at least we talked about how like it's getting cheap to the point where like I would bet it if you have access to those 110s. Pittsburgh, Philly, right now, I do still want to bet on this Flyers team because they are still playing good hockey, and like I do think they are better than their recent results have shown. They're just not getting the goaltending right now, so it's hard to trust. I need to see signs of life from one of those goalies before I'm able to start getting on these Flyers games again. And then if for the sake of Pittsburgh, like Jari's been playing a little bit better, and in this sort of against this sort of range of team, they are winning and playing well more often than not. So stay away there. Kind of like the Habs, but like just impossible to do it with Montembeault playing this is going to be his 10th straight start. He started the back-to-back over the weekend. They have literally no faith in Caden Primo whatsoever. I don't even understand why he's on the roster at this point. You have guys in the AHL you can call up to give him a chance instead. It does not make sense. But last year he made 15 starts by Christmas. He's about to make his 10th straight start and his 27th of the season. So that's a lot more hockey than he's used to playing. I do fear that like there is a blow up game coming here. So we'll see. I'm going to stay off that one. Carolina, I agree. I saw someone mention that in the chat. The Carolina price is getting very cheap as well. This is an interesting one to follow along with because these are two teams that both have been getting a ton of market support lately. Nashville and Carolina both getting bet on in every single game. Seems like so far it is Nashville who is getting all the support, which is wild. I understand Carolina's on a back-to-back. This is still a much better team than this Predators team. I would strongly lean towards Carolina, but I don't know if I can put my money on Tokarski. I do wonder if we get Kochetkov again. Like this is the thing with these games right now. There are like 4 or 5 days off for a lot of these teams. So like I feel like some of these teams on a back-to-back today won't be as scared to necessarily go with their their starter in both games. So like maybe Kochetkov does go. If Kochetkov does go here, I will end up on Carolina, maybe even under as well. I think that's about all. Oh yeah, San Jose, Vancouver. If we got an Askarov start, I'd be at an under. Otherwise, I'm just going to be staying off. And then Dallas, Utah. Obviously, like no interest where the number is right now, but just something I thought was worth mentioning is that Utah does take a ton of money almost every night. If by some chance we get like something in like the mid to high 130s popping on Dallas, I'll probably get on the Stars, who are still playing really well, just not necessarily winning games right now.
Quick question for you from the chat. Nesfit training. What's the difference between under 6 and 5.5? The result can't be more than 5 goals, so why don't you go for under 5.5 since it's plus money in brackets? They say. Sorry, new to this. You're all good.
No need to apologize.
Yeah.
So the difference is that under 6, if there are 6 goals in the game, you do not lose your bet. Your bet pushes. So you get kind of that insurance there, which is why you're paying a different price for it, obviously. Usually you're going to want to stop at around like minus 122, minus 123 on an under for the 6. Otherwise, once you pass that, you're better off playing plus money 5.5. That's kind of like the equivalency, how that works out. So yeah, that is the difference though. It is a different bet because you have the push insurance on the 6.
Okay, let's go to the anytime goal scorer parlay. Let's start with this. What the hell is E-Colt smoking here this morning? Willie anytime goal, Matthews anytime goal parlay.
He's buzzing on Christmas right now.
Dude, what? For someone who's usually so dialed into these player props, sleeping on this one here today. Matthews, I mean, it's gonna take a miracle for that guy to be going today. He's not even.
Yeah. I don't know it would be stunning if Matthews played today.
Yeah. I do like the Nylander look, but like, I don't know. I there's better out there. I don't know. 1+ on 30 on Nylander. I'm kind of just in and around it. These are the other ones that are sent. I kind of like this one, Moretto. You tell me. Mike Swingle, Forsberg plus 190 anytime goal. It was plus 90, and I watched it move using the BetStamp Pro tool in real time to plus 185. But he says has taken 45 shots on goal since his last goal. Gotta be due? Question mark.
I like it. I'm down. I think I do think we'll get to Tokarski too, and yeah, that's a guy you can score goals on.
There you go. Sorry, back from vacation, have no effing clue what's happening. We can tell.
Vacation during the busiest time on the sports calendar. It's wild behavior.
Yeah, that's criminal. Okay, Forsberg is the first one in. There's going to be another one who's going to be mandatory that's in, and I'm sure you see their name popping up a bunch in the chat there, Moretto. Are you going to be in support of this one? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Is it my boy Patrick Laine?
It would be Patrick Laine. There is a Slytherin Crest says Gensel, Garland, Laine, Tyson. Connor says Laine, Slav. And then we also
Connor knows the weight of my heart.
Jordan said Laine plus 200. He's it. Trying to see what else.
Yeah, it's got to be an auto bet right now at this point. Going against his old team for the first time too.
Yeah, revenge. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so line A plus 200 is in. These are the other ones we've
What about
got.
anytime Germany flight for Matthews?
Yeah, seriously. Anytime under the knife. Jordan plus 380 protests.
Do have
Tim
an under
wants a
there,
no
but
goal parlay too. So we can close with
okay, we
that
can do a no
quickly.
goal. Yeah, we can do a no goal for sure. How many guys do we have
Um
right now? We got Forsberg, Line A. Is that just those two?
that's it. That's it.
Okay, Forsberg, Line A.
Oh yeah, there you go. Tim also said that was way earlier as well. Got to keep hitting line A. So that's an auto.
Okay, I'm scrolling through the.
Charles for Haggy or Samoskevich. We do have
Um,
over in Florida, Tampa. So getting a goal scorer there wouldn't
I'm
be
like,
bad.
I would like to take Samoskevich just because I saw his dad's tweet the other day about like Tate McRae. Did you see that?
Yes, I
So
did.
yeah, that was great. But yeah, there's better numbers out there than the one at FanDuel. So maybe let's go with Verhage.
Okay.
We have to we
Verhage.
have to go with the Florida guy. If it's Johansson, this could be like point night.
Yeah. Verhage plus 200 is in. Appreciate it, Tim. Usually working during the week. First time watching live. Thank you, Tim, for tuning in. Appreciate it. And yes, we will do the no goal there as well. Sam, FanDuel took Nashville money, auto move prop lines with main markets there.
Sam,
Fun.
less of that, more of your goal scorers, please. Send one in here before let's get
Jordan.
the cookies before the break.
Horvat plus 230. It is best price.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for that.
And then if we can get one from Sam, we can close out with that, and that'll be the final one. But I don't know what Sam's up to this morning. Where is that?
See, they're showing a little value on your boy here.
No, I haven't pulled it up.
Bobby McMahon.
No,
Little value on Bobby McMahon. No, I'm not doing that though. Do we go Wenberg after? Who told me about who? Oh, so money filled us fully in on the this whole book talk, and I don't know what so money's algorithm is feeding him in his TikTok, but he seems well versed in this whole situation. Apparently, Wenberg was at the heart of it all.
Okay, Wenberg in.
All right.
If I could find Jesus. There it is. I kept scrolling past the game. Okay, there you go. That's 5. This is really the ultimate send off to the weekend to the holiday season. The 5 that we have here today. We're gonna take a look. Forsberg, Line, Verhage, Horvat, Wenberg. That's Forsberg, Line, Verhage, Horvat, Wenberg. Wenberg. $10 on this pays 5,300. There you go. That is what a way to go into the weekend. God, I love Bobby McMahon, Jordan. So do I. So do I. Okay, that's the first one. Let's do the no goal here, Moretto.
Okay. Dawson Mercer and Maxim Siplikov are like, I don't love the Mercer one, to be honest, just because of the fact that like I feel like the Devils could score a million goals, but maybe we leave that one off. Start with Siplikov.
Siplikov in. No goal.
Malkin
in. No goal.
Duchesne.
Yep. One sec. Malkin and Duchesne. Fuck. Yep. Duchesne
That's
in.
What? How many is that? That's 3.
3. One more.
So okay, either Voronkov or Victor Olofsson. What do you think? You can pick.
Dude. Let's go with Voronkov.
All right.
What a fucking. Okay. Yeah, let's go Voronkov. Yep. All right, that's the last one. This will be. As I put the last one in, there you go. Okay, here's the 4 that we have for this. Siplikov, Malkin, Duchesne, Voronkov, plus 168 on this one. That is your no goal scorer parlay. So no goal scorer, Siplikov, Malkin, Duchesne, Voronkov. Yes goal scorer, Forsberg, Laine, Verhaeghe, Horvat, Wenberg. Those are the yes and the no's. And as you see, market respects. The number moved the opposite way for us there on the yes.
Just settled back at that 190, just settled back. That's all.
Okay, and then the best bets for today, we've got 5. Leafs, Jets, under 6, minus 120. Capitals, Bruins, under 6, minus 120. Tampa, Florida, over 6.5, minus 110. St. Louis, minus 102 in the money line there. And then we have Blackhawks, Wild, under 5.5, minus 105. Those are today's best bets. We appreciate everyone who tuned in for the Monday edition. We will be back on Friday at 10 a.m. on Friday there for more picks and previews. No show Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Everyone
no
out
games.
there. No games. Yeah. Enjoy your holidays. Enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy time with family. Moretto, try to enjoy time with family here over the next little while. We do appreciate everyone who tuned in. Hit that like button. Subscribe here to the channel on your way out. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you guys back here Friday at 10 a.m. for more picks and previews. Until then, enjoy the games tonight and enjoy World Juniors, I guess. I guess that's the kind of next thing coming up here. So enjoy the World Juniors. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you on Friday, and good luck on your bets.